So recently I recorded a YouTube video where we simulated the 2022-2023 footballing season in Football Manager 100 times. Now we used a completely updated database for this and we got some fantastic data out of it, including who won every single league or the top 5 leagues in Europe, who won the domestic cup competitions, who won the European Cup competitions, and who won the World Cup in Qatar in 2022. But I wanted to see what would happen if we took that data out of Football Manager, brought it into the real world and started betting on those outcomes. And to be perfectly honest, some of the bets that I've made from this data is absolutely staggering, and one of the bets in particular could win me over £2 million, all from simulating data on Football Manager. So let's dive into it and take a look at some of the bets that we've made. So guys, I did mention that other YouTube video, which you can check out in the description. I will leave a link to it there. Also, I will leave a link to how to update your Football Manager database so it is as up to date as humanly possible. You can go and check those two out in the description if you want a little bit more detail. But first and foremost, we're going to talk about some of the bets. So on screen right now, you should be able to see bet number 1. So I took the information on all of the individual league winners in the top 5 leagues in Europe and put it into a bet. So I bet on Manchester City to win the Premier League, Juventus to win Serie A, Bayern Munich to win the Bundesliga, PSG to win Ligue 1, and Barcelona to win La Liga. Now if you look at the bet, it is a 5-fold bet which I put £2.50 on each way, and that £5 total stake would return £95.03, which isn't too bad considering some of the odds on some of these teams. Manchester City obviously heavily favoured for the Premier League title. We've also got Bayern Munich, who in our simulation data won the Bundesliga 100 out of 100 times, and PSG are 1-50 to win their division. This is really bumped up by Juventus, who have had a little bit of a mixy start to life in Serie A this season, so hopefully they can kind of turn things around, because in our simulation data they were the team most likely to win the Italian league. Now we move on to bet number 2, which is the English competition. So obviously we've touched on Manchester City to win the Premier League, but our simulation data had Liverpool as the favourites to win the FA Cup at odds of 5-1. That's quite tasty there. And Chelsea were the favourites to win the Carabao Cup. So we have combined this with an each way treble with £1 on each side. So the £2 stake for us here could win us £130.54. I will say, with the each way stakes, for those of you who don't know betting, I effectively need Liverpool and Chelsea to finish in the top 2 of those competitions, so they need to make the final. If they are finalists, we're in the money. All of this needs to happen for me to win some cash, guys, so fingers crossed things can go pretty darn well. We have also started betting on the Champions League and the other European competitions. This one's very interesting. We have PSG to win the Champions League at odds of 3-1. We also have Manchester United to win the Europa League at 6-1, and West Ham to win the Europa Conference League also at 6-1. Now I've done something a little bit interesting with this one here. I bet 25p on every outcome. So 25p on PSG, 25p on Manchester United, 25p on West Ham, 25p as a combination of them all as doubles and a combination of them as a treble. So fingers crossed things work out, because that £3.50 total stake would net me £139.62. But all we need is for one of these things to happen, and then we start to get some money. But I know what you guys are here for. You guys are here for the £2 million bet, and I really couldn't believe this one either when I put this together, but on screen now is the proof of that bet. We have Manchester City to win the Premier League, Liverpool to win the FA Cup, Chelsea to win the Carabao Cup, England to win the World Cup outright. That was part of our simulation data as well. PSG to win the Champions League, Manchester United to win the Europa League, West Ham to win the Conference League, Juve, Barcelona. We just kind of coupled all of the data together that we did have into one singular bet. It is 50p each way, and look at that return, guys. It could return £2,000,001, which would be the most ludicrous outcome you could ever see from someone just sat there in their bedroom playing Football Manager. Let me know down in the comments section if you think this bet could come off, if it's likely, if you think using Football Manager to predict the outcome of sporting events could be a way to go in the future. Please do let me know down in the comments, and if you did like it, drop a like whilst you're down there as well. Go on, it's free, it's YouTube, go on, you know it makes sense. I'll see you on another one very soon.